Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Fictional sleuths who are a little older, maybe not in their 20s or 30s or even 40s anymore, can make really interesting characters. They've got experience, they've got some wisdom, and maybe they don't have the physical strength or whatever that they used to have, but they've got wisdom and they've got ways of thinking that they can bring to bear in a case. Let's take a look at an example of that today and turn today's spotlight on Rick Brady's Murder on a Yorkshire Moor. Former Detective Chief Inspector Henry Ward has retired to the Yorkshire village of Addingham. He's walking his dog Tessa one day when they come across the body of a young man. Ward calls the police, and before long, 2 officers arrive on the scene and begin the investigation. Since Ward found the body, he's an important witness, so the police interview him right away. It turns out that the victim's name was William Knight. When his mother Fiona finds out from the news that Ward found the body, she visits him to find out what happened. And when she learns that Ward used to be a DCI, she wants him to help find William's murderer. On the one hand, Ward has a great deal of sympathy for her, and he does want to know what happened. On the other hand, the police, in the form of Detective Inspector Kate Barnes, does not want Ward interfering in the case. And she knows a little bit about his history, which I'll get back to in a moment. It's not just because the police are in charge of the investigation. Ward left the police under a cloud, and there's still a lot of talk about what happened going around. And so, Barnes has heard this and doesn't want Ward involved. But Ward is not one to give up, and he does feel for Fiona Knight. Besides, he believes that there are things the police are missing and are not picking up. So with the help of his neighbor, Mrs. Whitehead, who's on the local council, Ward keeps asking questions and trying to find the answers. He learns that William Knight worked at a high-end bar and at a Tasco, so he starts there. He also learns a bit about who William's friends were and how he spent his time. He soon learns there was more to William than Fiona might have known. For instance, Ward found a packet of drugs on the body, so the murder could be drug-related. There's also a young woman, Louise, who might have been involved with William. She might know more than she's saying. There are other possibilities too. As he searches for answers, Ward finds that this case is more dangerous than he'd thought and has higher reach than he'd imagined. So what are the elements in this novel? What holds it together? Well, the story is told from Henry Ward's point of view, third person, past tense. As I said, he's no longer a young man. He's got asthma and a bad hips and the aches and pains you get as you age. He's not a nimble young maverick cop playing hero. All he wants is peace and quiet. But he also wants justice for William Knight and his mother. He's smart and thoughtful, and although there are shadows in his past, he's not a stereotypical drunken, demon-hunted detective. He lives alone, but it's not because of bitterness or, as I say, drowning in alcohol. He thinks clearly and tries to think long-headedly. The novel is set in Yorkshire, and Brady places the reader there. Addingham isn't a tiny village, but it's the sort of place where people know other people. The local culture is integrated into the story. The case itself looks simple enough on the surface. A young man was killed because of a drug deal gone bad, or something like that. But it turns out to be more complex than that, and it has important implications. Readers who enjoy mysteries that are more than they seem will appreciate this. This isn't a cozy, it's a bit grittier than that. But at the same time, it's not gory or explicit. You could argue that it's a traditional style mystery. Murder on a Yorkshire Moor is the story of the murder of a young man and how the case's tangled threads involve more than it seems. It features a clear Yorkshire setting, a tangled mystery, and a former police detective who refuses to be shoved aside. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.